Chapter 8, Exercise 12. Calculate the EMF of the battery in the following circuit. Assume each data is given to 3 significant figures. So we have no idea what we have to do, but at least we can calculate a few things. The first thing I can calculate is the current in this branch of the circuit. So I can do it just by using conceptual reasoning. So I can say that if this resistance is 6 ohms and that one is twice more, then the current in here should be half what it is in the bottom branch. So that current should be 4.4 amps. If you want to use a calculation, what you can do, you can say that the top light bulb is R1, the bottom light bulb is R2, and I know that the same voltage is going across both light bulbs, same voltage. This voltage is I1 times R1, and this voltage is I2 times R2, assuming that this is I2 and this is I1. If those two voltages are the same, then I1 times R1 is equal to I2 times R2. Therefore, I1 is equal to I2 times R2 over R1, which is I2 times 6 ohms divided by 12 ohms, which is equal to I2 divided by 2, which is 4.40 amps. What else can I calculate now? I have a junction there, and I see that I have 2 different currents joining at that junction. So the current I, which is also the current here, should be the sum of those 2 currents. So 4.4 plus 8.8 to 13.2 amps. Now what else can I calculate? I can calculate the voltage across this light bulb. It's going to be, I can call it delta V2 or 3, delta V3 is going to be equal to I times R3. So this will be 13.2 amps times 6.25 ohms, which will be equal to 82.5 volts. I can also calculate delta V over here because it's I2, which is 8.80 amps times 6 ohms, and that gives me 82.5 volts. So this is 82.5 volts. Now what else can I calculate? I can look at that internal resistance, and there is a current going through it. So I can calculate the voltage across the internal resistance. I can call that, delta V4. Delta V4 is R times I, which is 0.250 ohms times 13.2 amps, which is 3.3 volts. So let's read the question again. Calculate the EMF of the battery. So what I have there, I know the voltage across the internal resistance, delta V4. I know the voltage across this light bulb over here, delta V3. and I know the voltage across this section of the circuit. And if I add them up, I will get the total voltage across the whole circuit, which is going to be the EMF. So E is delta V plus delta V3 plus delta V4, which is equal to 138.6 volts.